Welcome to the channel. This is Michael with Copier Nerds. You can find us at copiernerds.com. At Copier Nerds, our focus is on industry-leading pre-sale support, analyst services, analyst training, and analyst support. In this video, we will be familiarizing ourselves with the new Xerox 118 and 119 firmware for AltaLink 8100 series and VersaLink 625 series devices. Let's jump right in and look at the home screen. You'll notice a new teal background, a little less of the bright blue and a little more of the darker green teal colors. Everything else compared to 114 is very similar to the 118 and 119 firmware. But this is a radically different look and feel with colors, but most everything is in the same place. We're going to go ahead and log in. I've already changed the admin password. Now that we've logged in and gone to properties, it drops us right into Fleet Orchestrator. The first thing I want to do and discuss with everyone is how to decode what firmware you're looking at. The first set of numbers, so this one shows 119. 118, 119 firmware, indistinguishable just about when you look at the web interface itself or even the welcome interface. So that's just a platform version. So 119 happens to be the platform version. The second number, 010, is a model identifier. 010 means it's an 8145 or 8155. The third set of numbers, 023 in this instance, the 02 is essentially the release number. So this is the second release for 2023. And the last number in the third set, which is the 3, is a year identifier, 2023. Within the last 5 digits, the first 3 numbers are the date. So the 130th day of the year is May 10th. The last 2 digits are dedicated as a respin number. So if there's an issue that they saw that day and they want to redo it in the afternoon, it's the same day of the year, it's just another revision, respin. From within Fleet Orchestrator, we still have our create and install files. So you can click on install file. You can see all the exact same features we had before, still in here. Nothing's massively changed. As well as creating a file, we can create that clone or a one-touch add-on file. Nothing changes there. Again, adaptive learning, nothing's changed. We still have configuration, overview, description, general settings. Nothing in here is massively changed or moved. It's all pretty much in the exact same place you'd expect it to be. One of the few changes that I do want to point out is under display device information. It's now displayed in the center across the top of the walk-up user interface, very similar to the previous generation VersaLink devices. So I think it's more of a unification of the user interface. Let's go ahead and jump down to connectivity. Choose setup. I want to point out most of the features here are exactly the same. Nothing's changed. But I do want to point out one feature that doesn't get talked about enough, which is universal print. Microsoft's universal print is super easy to configure, and it makes printing really, really easy if you have a fleet of devices. Realistically, you just copy the code they give you and you register the device by following the link and log in with your credentials. It's a simple process. And here we can see there's really nothing majorly changed or different. It's most of the same settings with the edit for enable, disable, and you can configure them exactly the same way as you always did. Under accounting, we still have all the exact same accounting features we always had. None, network accounting, standard accounting, or even auxiliary access device. Under apps, we have enablement, just like we had before. Now we have the availability, but we also have visibility. So you can make an app available, but not necessarily make it visible to your end users, because you can customize this more and more, much like a computer. You can set it up so that each user can see or not see certain applications based upon your preference as a device administrator. As we check out printing, nothing is really new or changed. There's no new features that I could find. It's all the same stuff, so nothing's really changed there. Under security in the 119 firmware, you will see that McAfee Embedded Control is now named Trellix Embedded Control. In 2001, McAfee Enterprise was purchased by Symphony Technology Group, STG, and renamed the product to Trellix. Here's a quick screenshot of what it looked like before and what it looks like now. Let's go ahead and close out of that, and let's take a look at some of our security options. Let's go ahead and start with TLS. Again, nothing super major here. We have TLS up to 1.3. We also have the FIPS security, which has been recently added in the last couple of years. So that's ready to go, including the common criteria compliance. We still have the infrared security for image security. We still get some people asking about image overwrite. Image overwrite is an algorithm for regular spinning disk hard drives, where solid state drives, it's job data removal. It's all the same settings, but to say image overwrite, it requires to have a spinning drive. Now that we've had a quick overview of the web interface, let's go ahead and go into support, remote control panel. Let's go ahead and enable remote control panel. Let's go ahead and start remote session. Let's go ahead and wake the machine up. Let's go ahead and choose copy and take a look at the interface here. We have some new darker colors, but all the features are in the same place. Let's go ahead and log in as the admin. Now under admin, I wanted to show you we have personalized language and manage settings now. We have some new features in there that we can play with. Again, this is a high-level overview. I'm not going to go deep into these right now. We can go under customize and you can see the new customization buttons. Let's go ahead and take a look at what workflow scanning looks like. Much like past versions, we have USB, update, and default. So let's go ahead and pick default. And you can see the new primary wine color with a very light background, but all the features and options are exactly the same as they've always been. Let's take a look at device. Here it looks a little different. It's a brighter with a more pastel palette. But under about, it's all the same features and settings that we're used to seeing, just on a lighter background, that's all. Let's take a look at jobs. Again, very light background versus previous the dark background. We could even click on secure jobs. Again, very light background. A lot of the same settings, just new icons and new backgrounds. ID card copy, a very dark blue accent with a light background, but as you see, all the same features and functions. And the last thing I really wanted to show was check out the IP address. Dead in the center, very similar to the previous generation VersaLink devices. I want to thank you for taking the time to sit with us and go through a quick walkthrough for the Xerox 118 and 119 firmwares. If you have any questions on how CopyNerds can help you, go ahead and reach out to us on copynerds.com. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video.